Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, just wait. I'm about to tell you in a few minutes.
What up, Lo?
Oh, hey, what's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? Yes, we are in the building, and you guys already saw the thumbnail. Y'all already know what I'm about to cook. Y'all already know what time I'm on. You guys already smell what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna be talking about Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, and then I'm also gonna let you guys know who I believe should be our offensive coordinator. Hey, look, I'm over here yapping my lips, you know what I'm saying, bumping my gums and doing all that stuff, but I forgot to give y'all the number one. Brown cracker salute. Raider Twuan, brown cracker salute. Remember, there's no Raider Twuan without the congregation, and there's no congregation without the Raider Nation. Yes, sir. All right. And salute. Hey, this is also where you can get your Raiders news, Raiders analysis, and what I like to call over here at Raider Twuan, Raider Gospel. So if you want to be a part of getting that information, definitely I need you to hit that subscribe button, okay? Quit playing with yourself and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And, hey, hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hey Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like button. Why? Again, because I like you. All right. Hey, we got to talk about Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. That's kind of the topic of discussion of tonight. Look, we're in a place where, hey, let's be honest, the Raiders ain't playing good. All right. And because they ain't going to be playing good, we have possibilities of being very high in the draft. Okay. I think we'll be somewhere in the neighborhood to be in that top 5 range when everything is all said and done. I know we got a couple of games to go. I know there's a couple of more games that we got to play. And, you know, it's still any given Sunday to an extent, but the way this team is looking, I'm just telling you my Raider Gospel. I think we'll be top 5 in the draft, which will lead us to what we've been hoping that we would get this year, but we haven't got, which was good quarterback play. Because of that, we're in a position where we got to get a quarterback. And it boils down to Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward. Y'all know what I'm talking about. In my honest opinion, you know, I feel like both of them are very close to each other. You know, I don't think one is super greater than the other. I don't think there's a big gap in between those. If it comes down that, you know, the Raiders end up getting Cam Ward and they don't get Shedeur Sanders, I'm not going to be mad. or if, you know what I'm saying, they don't get Cam Ward, but they get Shedeur Sanders, I'm not going to be mad, because I think both of those quarterbacks, to be very honest with you, I think both of those quarterbacks can get the job done. It just depends on, it just depends on the offensive coordinator, right? And the pieces that are built around those specific guys. Now, breaking it down, and we'll break it down tonight, the numbers and all of that stuff, you'll see kind of what I'm looking at. And again, I'm going to give you my Raider gospel. It may not be totally what you agree with, and that's perfectly fine. And you can say how you feel in the chat as long as it's respectful. I'm cool with opposition opinions. That's definitely welcome here at Raider Twuan, as long as it is respectful. Okay. And remember, I got some deacons out there that if it ain't respectful, they'll usher you out the door. All right. They'll usher you out of the congregation. All right. Or at least put you on timeout, just to be honest with you. So, definitely your comments, put them down. Let me know your Raider gospel as we go along with this. But I'm definitely going to be pulling up slides, and you guys know how I do it. I try to give you guys some homework, give myself some homework for you guys to look at, and hey, let me know what you guys think about it as we go along. But make sure you hit that like button, and if you like the Raiders, go ahead and subscribe. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys chatting it up. Let me give a quick shout out to you guys before we get it in. SoCal Sal, my 2 cents. I see you. Tony is in the building. Good to see you, Tony. Detroit is in the building. Yes, sir. Auntie Six is in the building. I see you. All right. Hey, look. I'm gonna give my Raider gospel, and then later on in the live, I may open the floor for anybody to pull up and talk about the topic that we're on tonight. We'll see how that goes, but definitely let me get out my Raider gospel first, and then I'll definitely be looking at you guys in the chat. And like I said, there might be a possibility where I open the floor up to the congregation to come on in and talk on this same topic, because I know that you guys may have some things to also add to what is being said. All right. So looking at these two guys, like I said, both of those two guys again are right now kind of classified as the 1 and 2 of the quarterbacks in the NFL draft. Okay. And because that's where they are, that's definitely something we definitely want to take a look at, right? We need a starting quarterback, clear as day. And these guys, like I said, they can get the job done, but it's really up to what we put around them. And that includes the offensive coordinator and pieces, again, in personnel. I will also let you guys know at the end who I believe should be the offensive coordinator, so get ready for that. I'm trying to pull up the slide as I'm talking right now. I'll go in alphabetical order just to, break things down. Okay. So here we go. Cam Ward. Okay. Cam Ward is 6'2". Okay. He's 223. That's how much he weighs. And then he was born in Texas. Okay. Okay. As you guys can see on the screen, Cam Ward is coming from Miami Hurricanes. Okay. Florida. And right now, up until this date, because remember, they're still playing. Okay. They're still playing games. Okay. So this is where they are right now in the season. So Cam Ward is 3,494 yards with 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a QBR rating of 89.3. Okay? That's where he is right now. Cam Ward. Okay? Now let's go look at his, what is this? Passing. This is his passing. Okay? So, he's a redshirt senior, so that means that he technically has 5 years of here. And as you can tell, you start looking at his completions, you look at his attempts, and then you also look at the what I kind of look at, just to be honest with you, I look at completion percentage. Okay. And then I also look at the touchdown and interceptions. Okay. Those are the ones that I specifically really look at. Of course, I look at all of the stats, but those ones are kind of the main ones I look at, is the completions. Okay. And as we go down the list, I'll just read them out to you. 60.4, 65.1, 64.4, 66.6, and his last year, 66.8, and that's his best year so far. Okay. And that's still going. Okay. So in 2024, that 66.8 can go up or can go down. Okay. That's something to definitely take a look at. He going back to 2021, you see he threw 47 touchdowns with 10 interceptions. Okay. Getting in the double digits with interceptions there. And that's what we have on Cam Ward. His career is let me get the yard. His yardage is 17,368. Touchdowns 151. Okay, and interceptions 36. Okay, this is his career total. Those are his career totals for Cam Ward. Okay, not only does he pass, but he also rushes, and I'll pull that up for you guys here. Here's his rushing. Okay. He carried the ball 392 times for 447 yards. Pretty much a yard every time he ran the ball. Okay. And then 19 touchdowns. Okay. 19 touchdowns. Okay. So that tells me that a lot of and that's his career. Okay. That kind of tells me that he did a lot of rushing in the red zone. And that's a lot where those came from, but the numbers are actually good. They look impressive. Okay. 32 touchdowns for 6 interceptions, 89.3. I'm sorry. 89.3 QBR. Okay. That is Cam Ward. Okay. Let me go to the next quarterback, and then I'll tell you guys what I think about what I saw from each of the quarterbacks, and then I'll let you guys know at the end who I believe the Raiders should take. Okay. Next quarterback is Shedeur Sanders. Okay. Shedeur Sanders is 3,222 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with a QBR rating of 76.6. Okay. That's where he is now. As we move on to his passing is 13,415 yards with 124 touchdowns and 24 interceptions. Okay. Like I said, when I look at the quarterbacks, one thing that I look at is the completion percentages, and then I look at the touchdowns versus interception. Okay. And looking at Shedeur Sanders completions going down 65.9, 70.6, 69.3, and his highest is 72.9. Okay. Okay. His highest touchdowns was 40. And that was in 2022. And that he also had 6 interceptions that same year. His highest year of interception was 8, which was his freshman year. Okay. Now looking at rushing. And we'll go back to some of these because as I'm talking to you guys, I'll be breaking some of this down, okay? Looking at his rushing. He's 376 for 68. So 0.2 is pretty much his average. And this is for 17 touchdowns. Okay. So a lot of his running again seems like it came in the red zone. Okay. Or goal line. That's what we got for both of those quarterbacks. As we go comparison, we have Shedeur Sanders 27-2 in his current year. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me get that right. I'm sorry. I missed 27-7 is what he has touchdown interceptions for this year up until this point. And then Cam Ward has 32-6. So they're very close in interceptions, and Cam Ward has a little more in touchdowns this year. Okay. Then the QBR rating for Shedeur Sanders is 76.6. And Cam Ward is 89.3. Okay, so Cam Ward has a higher QBR rating there. Okay. So going back and looking at where was it at? Oh, like I said, when I look at statistics, I like to look at the completion percentages, because the completion percentages lets me know how accurate the quarterback is. Okay. And looking at Cam Ward's passing, his best year is 2024, which is 66.8. Okay. Now let's go to Shedeur. Okay. Let's go and look at Shedeur's best year. Completion. His best year is 2024, which is this year. So Cam Ward's year and Shedeur's year, their best years so far are this year. And Shedeur Sanders is 72.9. Okay. And I'll show Cam Ward's again for those that are looking. And you guys can look at them again. And look at all those those totals. Okay, look at those totals. Okay, and then we're gonna flip it to Shedeur Sanders. Okay, now look at his completions. Okay, now what sticks out to me is that Shedeur Sanders only 1 year was under in completions compared to Cam Ward's best year. Okay, and I'll show you that, so you guys don't think I'm playing you guys. Okay, 2024 is Cam Ward's best year. Okay, his average of 2024 is 66.8. Okay, that's his best year. Okay, now when you go look at Shedeur, his worst year is actually his freshman year, and his worst year was 65.9. And then when you look at all the other ones, they're higher than Cam Ward's best year. It even shows you down here on his career, when you look at the totality of the career of his passing, Shedeur Sanders is 69.6. That's his career accuracy, completion, right? Then when you go back to Cam Ward, you see that it's 64.9. Okay, so there's a difference there in regards to completions, and like I said, completions lead to accuracy. Okay, how accurate can that quarterback be? And right now it looks like Shedeur Sanders is the more accurate quarterback there. Okay, now like I said earlier, Cam Ward has more touchdowns. Okay, he has 32. Shedeur currently has 27. They currently have 32 and 27. Okay, 32 for Cam Ward, and Shedeur Sanders currently has 27. Okay, rushing, to be honest with you, is, yeah, the 1.1 is better than the 0.2, and that could be a discussion there. But those are pretty much the stats for these quarterbacks. Okay, and I'll bring up his Cam Ward's passing again. And here is Shedeur's passing. Okay. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you guys are in. Shout out to all my deacons. I see you guys in there. Make sure you guys, do what you guys got to do. Let me go ahead and do that. So, the famous question that a lot of people have been waiting on. I'm going to let you know. Like I said, I gave you guys the stats, but I'm going to give you who I believe should be our quarterback of the future. Is it Shedeur Sanders? Or is it Cam Ward? The quarterback that I believe that we should take in the draft is Shedeur Sanders. Okay? This is who I believe should be the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I will say this as to why. Shedeur Sanders has proven that he can be an accurate quarterback. And one thing that I look for in a quarterback is, can you deliver the ball? And how are you delivering the ball? When I look at Shedeur Sanders, he delivers the ball all over the field, but he also delivers the ball with accuracy, but also with touch. There's been times where he has thrown the ball over a linebacker and right under a safety. There's been times where he's thrown the ball where only his wide receiver or receiver can get the ball. I'm confident, some people feel like, may say, oh, Shedeur's arm is not as strong. I'm confident that he can get the ball to wherever needs to be. Shedeur Sanders works well in a West Coast offense. If you allow him to sit back in the pocket, he will shred a defense apart. A lot of the success of the team that he has now is because of his offense. And like I said, I believe Shedeur Sanders is the guy for us. Now, and the reason why I also believe that he's the guy is I believe with Shedeur Sanders, he'll be here for 10 years or more. And that's what you want out of a good quarterback. You don't want to have a quarterback that, you brought in 1 year and then year 3, you're like, hey, you got to go. That's not a franchise quarterback. I think with Shedeur Sanders, especially even the way that he plays, I think he will have the longevity to be here for 10 years where we could build around him and get pieces and do a lot of, fill out other places because we're good at quarterback. Not only does Shedeur Sanders, and I know that his stats doesn't really show it, and I'll explain that too, in his rushing. Well, I showed passing, but in his rushing is because when you look at Shedeur Sanders, the first 3 years, and even this year, his offensive line, I'll say it like this. This is the best year that he's had with an offensive line. Okay? Shedeur Sanders was in a position where he was running for his life. His offensive line couldn't hold up. But even with that, with his offensive line not being well, they were still winning games because of Shedeur Sanders. And to be honest with you, if their jerseys didn't say Colorado, I would be convinced that their offense of line looked like the Raiders. And because of that, and like I said, because Shedeur was still winning games despite how that offensive line was playing, if Shedeur comes here and our offensive line ain't where it's at, we'll still win games. And that's my Raider gospel on that topic of offensive line. I feel like with Shedeur Sanders, he is that guy that you build a team around. He's that guy that guy in the locker room that is not just a player, but he's also a leader. That's why he has the L on his jersey. If you ever watch his games, he's considered a leader. And like I said, I know some people don't like the quarterback that I'm about to say, but he has that longevity like a Derek Carr. Okay? Where he can be here for, those amount of years. Now, I hope that the production is better. I hope that we get better results from it. But when I'm looking at the longevity of quarterbacks, I think Shedeur Sanders will be around longer than a lot of the other quarterbacks. Now, I know some people love Cam Ward, and I like Cam Ward too, but I also feel with Cam Ward, there's some risk. Okay? Some of his decision-making is not the best. Okay? Whether he's trying to run and, that's a good thing, but sometimes running can hurt you. Okay? And I've seen him do very risky things that you can get away with in college, but you can't get away with in the NFL. Okay? And that's what you're going to get from Cam Ward. Some people, and just being very honest with you, some people are very enamored with Cam Ward because I ain't going to lie to you, he's a highlight tape. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do some things that are going to be like, oh, wow. But then there's going to be some things when you watch the game and not the highlights that you're going to be like, oh, dang, what are you doing? Okay? And just personally for me, I know that we can get production out of Cam Ward if we decide to get him, but to have someone consistent and accurate like Shedeur Sanders, I think that would be a better look for our team. Okay? I think that would be a better look for our team. Okay? So Shedeur Sanders, up until this point, for me, is what I believe should be the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay? Now, like I said earlier, am I going to be mad if they pick Cam Ward? No. Okay? Because I still believe that Cam Ward is a starting quarterback in the NFL. But if you ask me, who's my pick? I pick Shedeur Sanders. Okay? And this is outside of him, tweeting thank you, God, and all that stuff. You guys know what's been going on with that and all those connections. I'm not saying that because of that. I'm just looking at the quarterbacks, and I feel like Shedeur Sanders would be a great fit for our team. Now I'm gonna look at your guys' comments because I know that some of you guys are probably talking about it right now, and then I will go and move into who I believe should be our offensive coordinator with Shedeur Sanders. Okay. Okay, Auntie Six says Cam. Okay. I'm not mad at it. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm just going to read some of you guys' regarding the quarterback, okay? My 2 cents said, feel both Sanders and Ward are worthy, okay? But Brady's guy is Sanders. That's going to be, that's going to be the name called, in my honest opinion. Okay, yeah, hey, look, and like I said, I didn't want to go into the whole Brady connection and all of that. I'm just looking at how the quarterback is playing, how, what I see from, watching these college games and seeing what, you know what I'm saying? I think we need someone steady at the quarterback position. And like I said, I feel like that is Shedeur Sanders. Thank you, Detroit. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you. Hey, I'm gonna put the link in the chat after I let you guys know who my offensive coordinator is. Lakers and 5 is in the building. Shout out to you. If you guys like the Lakers, go ahead and subscribe to him. I'm just looking at your guys' quarterback related comments here. I love that you guys are saluting everybody out. That means a lot here. Detroit says Shedeur has the ick factor, in my opinion. I don't trust Cam Ward. Okay? You don't look at QBR. I do look at QBR, and I'll break that down too. Shedeur has a lot more talent around him to me. Okay. Um that also it can go both ways, right? Like I said, Shedeur, yes, he has talent at wide receiver. Cam Ward also has some talent there at wide receiver. You put it up like, well, no, I think Shedeur has a little more at wide receiver. Yeah, he does. He does have a little more at wide receiver, if you ask me. I think the wide receiver room at Colorado is way better. Is I don't want to say way better, but is better than what Miami has. But Miami, and I'll say this is where it flips, right? Miami has a better offensive line than Colorado. Okay. So the protection that Cam Ward has, those kind of intertwine. Now, QBR to me, like I said, yeah, I look at it, but when you look at, that's where for me, I don't, and this is just me, that's where it kind of gets construed, because QBR, and I'll show you what the QBRs of the guys that we're talking about. Cam's is 89, and I'm just going to give you guys the first two numbers. And Shedeur is he's 76. It says QBR wise that Cam Ward is way better than Shedeur Sanders. But when you look at it, when you that's why people with their eyes are saying, I think Shedeur Sanders is better than Cam Ward. So is QBR really something? I mean, it's something to look at, but is it really something to hold a lot of weight on? That would be the question. Where did it go? Shout out to everybody in chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Okay, Shedeur. Okay, I already read that one. They throw a lot of screens in the Colorado offense that can boost up your completion percentage. It can. And guess who else runs a lot of screens? You know what I'm saying? So it works. And yet you're right. I'm not knocking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking your statement there, because if you're telling me my quarterback can accurately dump off right here and whoever can take care of that business, then hey, it is what it works, right? We've seen we've seen Gardner Minshew miss those a whole bunch of times. So definitely whoever it is going to be an upgrade. Detroit said, I don't know about Shedeur having more talent. Cam Ward plays the University of Miami compared to the talent base of Colorado. The players in Colorado are just well coached. Hey, look, you know, this, and for Shedeur Sanders, this was, his first year in Colorado. They were just calling him an HBCU quarterback, and the HBCU quarterback couldn't win games. That's what the discussion was. But now, they're ranked. I believe they're ranked at least 17. They might have jumped up after that. But yeah, there's definitely a different talent pool. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Miami versus Colorado, and I think the benefit of the reason why they're winning also is because when Coach Prime, Deion Sanders went over there, he said, "Hey, I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis." You know what I'm saying? He said, "I'm bringing some guys over with me, and some of these guys, you guys got to go." So they did build up they built up their team through the portal to get them where they are today. Yeah, that's true. He has a Heisman runner. D. Will said Cam for sure. Okay. Like I said, I don't disagree with anybody here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, this is not a situation where, I'm gangbanging if you guys is team Cam and I'm team Shedeur. Okay. I think both of the quarterbacks we can win games with both of those quarterbacks. But if you ask me my preference, I take Shedeur. Okay. X says Shedeur. Detroit said Cam is going to be a bust. Hey, that's your Raider gospel. Okay. Let me see if there's anybody that has some. SoCal Sal, I don't think I read anything from you. Shedeur is going to play in the East West Shrine Bowl. Yes, he is. That just came out a couple of days ago. So that'll be a good opportunity to take a look at him outside of, playing with the guys that he's familiar with. He's going to have to get familiar with new wide receivers. He's going to have, top talent going against him defensively. And that'll be another take a look at, right? Hey, SoCal Sal. Hey, I'm gonna use a Stone Cold line, and that's the bottom line. All right. I don't care who's quarterback. If we don't feel it, shore up this offensive line and get some depth behind them, because we know somebody's gonna get hurt on that offensive line, it ain't gonna be nice. All right, for anybody. So yeah, that's the bottom line. We no matter who quarterback, Cam or Shedeur, we got to make sure we get that offensive line going. Tony says sign. I'm not gonna put it up, but I'm reading it. Tony says go sign Deion Sanders. I don't think that's an option. And I'll tell you why that's not an option, Tony, because he just actually got a 5-star quarterback in the building that just committed to Colorado. Okay. And no 5-star quarterback is going to sign with the team if the head coach is leaving. So Deion staying where he's at. Rock Rivera's in the building. Shout out to you. Sanders can run an NFL offense right now. Hey, look. That's what he's running right now in Colorado. It is an NFL offense, okay? And that's a good comment. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you have not, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We need more great comments like that in here. The more the better, okay? Because we got some great comments already, but you know what I'm saying? We always want some more great comments coming from the congregation. All right. I think it's time for me to go to my offensive coordinator. And actually, let me do a little something real quick. If you guys allow me the moment to do that. Okay, so I told you who I wanted at quarterback, okay? I want Shedeur Sanders. Now, who I want at offensive coordinator is a guy that has experience. And when I say he has experience, he has experience. And that's what we need, okay? Looking at the totality of the Raiders roster, we already have our defense kind of knowing what they're supposed to do. But our issue is really our offensive coordinator. So if we can get an offensive coordinator that can almost be the head coach of our offense, that's going to benefit us. Okay? And the offensive coordinator that nobody else is talking about, that I say here at Raider Twuan, is Pat Shurmur. Okay? Offensive coordinator, Pat Shurmur. Now, you guys may not know. See, I do my homework. I'm gonna read off his history, okay? And this is his career in coaching, okay? What he's done, okay? So he was a grad assistant, tight ends coach, offensive line, and special teams coach for Michigan State from 1988 to 1997. Okay, so he started coaching in 88. Okay. Stanford, offensive line in 19 98. So a year later. Then a year later from that, he goes to the Philadelphia Eagles as their tight ends coach and offensive line from 1999 to 2001. Quarterbacks coach 2002 to 2008 with the Philadelphia Eagles. Then he gets promoted to the Rams, being the offensive coordinator 2009 to 2010. Okay. Then Cleveland Browns. Okay, he's a head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Then he goes back to the Philadelphia Eagles as their offensive coordinator from 2013 to 2015. And interim head coach, okay, in 2015. He also joined the Minnesota Vikings as their tight ends coach and their interim offensive coordinator in 2016. Then in 2017, he became the offensive coordinator and also was the AP assistant coach of the year. So he got that award, AP assistant coach of the year, in 2017 as the offensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. That helped him and moved him to the New York Giants, where he became a head coach in 2018 through 2019. Okay. Denver Broncos, offensive coordinator in 2020 to 2021. Okay. Then he went to Colorado under Coach Prime as the offensive analysis and co-offensive coordinator in 2023. Where we are today in 2024, he is the offensive coordinator of the Colorado Buffaloes. Okay, that's Pat Shurmur. Okay, that's who I would like to have as our offensive coordinator. Because he has offensive coordinator capabilities. He also knows how to be a head coach. He also knows how to be an interim coach. So you have years of experience of him knowing what to do offensively, where any coach can just allow him to do whatever he wants to do offensively that's going to work for the specific players that are under his tutelage. When I look at the Colorado offense, I see a lot of 4 wide, 3 formation. Their wide receivers are knowing what they're doing and coached well. And that's because of Pat Shurmur. The success that the quarterback is having is because of the play call of Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur was aware that the offensive line was not playing well. So he drew up plays that could be successful with the offensive line that wasn't playing well. I think that would work well for the Raiders, especially with the way our offensive line has been playing in its totality of this season. Okay? So that's one reason. Now, if you bring over Pat Shurmur and you have Shedeur Sanders, that also means that Shedeur Sanders is not having to learn a whole brand new playbook. Shedeur Sanders is now coming in not like a rookie, but he's coming in as if he's a second or third year player because he knows the playbook and is now in a position where he can also be a teacher to the rest of the team on the specific playbook. Because some of the things we're seeing in Colorado, if we bring Pat Shurmur over, will be the same things we'll be seeing with the Raiders. And when I look at wide receivers, like a LeJohntay Wester or a Jimmy Horn Jr., they remind me of players we have on our roster in the likes of DJ Turner and Trey Tucker. So that's who I have at offensive coordinator, Pat Shurmur, along with the quarterback that I believe is the quarterback of the future, Shedeur Sanders. Okay. I'm going to put the link in the chat for those that may want to come up and, share their Raider gospel. Again, like I said, we want to keep it on topic and we want to be respectful. And I don't mind kicking you out if I have to. But the link is in the chat. This the breaks has a comment here. Let me pull it up for you. Common sense, the Raiders would choose Shedeur Sanders if he's given the chance. Best quarterback in the draft. Nobody except Tom Brady. Stands in the pocket and throws dimes. And takes the O-line hits. Hey, that's another thing, this is the breaks. And that's a great point. All the beatings that Shedeur Sanders took also lets you know that he's a strong and durable quarterback. Okay? And let's be honest, every quarterback gets hit in the NFL because there's great pass rushers. But it's going to be up to, that quarterback to sit in there and deliver the ball and be accurate, right? When he has the pocket to do so. So definitely, yeah, that is a great point to bring up there in regards to Shedeur and the offensive line that he had. Again, the link is right here in the chat for those that may want to come on panel and talk. I'm going to show the the stats again for the two quarterbacks. There goes Cam Ward. Up until this point. And there goes Shedeur Sanders. Also, up to this point. Okay. This is Cam Ward's passing. This is also Shedeur Sanders passing. All right. So again, I feel like, hey, this is my Raider gospel on who I believe should be our quarterback and offensive coordinator. Our quarterback should be Shedeur Sanders, and our offensive coordinator should be Pat Shurmur. Okay. Let me know down in the comment section your Raider gospel on who you believe should be our quarterback, and hey, throw some offensive coordinators out there. I'm open to look at them. I'm open to, questions. If you have them, definitely put those in the chat. And remember, you guys, if you guys have not already, hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hey, Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
All right. Hey, and you do not want to miss any of my content here at Raider Twuan. So definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be going live. This is my third day live. And I'll be going live actually tomorrow. For those that are watching this live, those are on the replay. Hey, you'll just catch me when you catch me. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I do go live. And the next live that I'll be doing scheduled is I'll be breaking the game plan for the Denver Broncos. Okay. So you do not want to miss that, because I'll be telling you again my Raider gospel on what we should do in order to try to take care of business at home against the Denver Broncos. But again, hey, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my content. Remember, please be an organ donor. That's always in the description of all my videos and lives. So if you're interested in being an organ donor, that's there for you. Also, if you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at Twuan, Twuan. That is also the same place. Twuan is also where you can find me on Twitter. Okay. So Twitter and IG, Twuan. Twuan. All right. Hey, remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And man, woo! Let's go, Raiders.
What up, Lo?
ball winning football players. Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Man, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. Tonight the Twuan team on the road, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.